let's take that back.
Yeah.
So you hear about this American Idol.
Right.
What's the process now? Do you have like an application? What's the process?
Yeah, especially then, I had been in Boston for 3 straight years. I worked round the clock. Every, professional gig. I was doing my minor at Berkeley. I was playing in bands. I had a big apprenticeship at Williamstown it's a famous theater festival. Then 9/11 happened.
Right.
And I lost my first cousin. Everything changed. I was like, what are we doing here? I'm putting on shows. I'm doing shows. I'm doing music.
Right.
The world is like crashing down upon us, as you know.
Right.
And but then I realized, you know what? I think what I'm doing is maybe the greatest thing I could do. Is follow my art, pursue my art, my passion, uplift people, take them on an escape and a journey. Especially the magic of theater. So I stuck to my plan. I booked Rent. I was in Rent on the road for a couple of years, playing the lead in Rent, Roger.
Right.
One Song Glory, all of that.
Sure.
It was still a huge show in the early 2000s. It came out in 96. And then I got that call like, look, you've done a great job. My band would come out. We'd play shows. The Rent heads would come. This is kind of, the start of the internet. So starting to use the internet as a tool to push my band. And then they're not going to renew your contract for the next year.
Right.
They're bringing in a whole new cast of young people. Thanks. Great job, But that's it.
Yeah.
And then that was my first real sort of challenge and I was like, what the F do I do? What am I going to do now?
You can curse on this show, by the way.
Right.
Just saying.
Fuck. So I didn't know what to do. And then an old girlfriend from Syosset, New York.
It's always the girls, JoJo. It's always the girls.
Yeah, Steve, I'm starting to notice.
Oh, my gosh.
She goes, let's go down to D.C. and audition for this TV show, American Idol. And I'm like, I've heard of it. You have to remember, it only had 3 seasons. They were big, but I was in Boston.
Right.
I was working around the clock. We didn't have DVR. We didn't have TiVo. You heard of it. You knew who, like, Kelly Clarkson was, but you were like, I haven't really seen it.
Right.
And all of a sudden, quietly, it had 3 big, huge seasons. So honestly, dude, actor first, I needed a job.
Right.
Went on to D.C. with her, $10 Chinatown bus.
Right.
We cut the whole fucking line.
Uh-huh.
We got a bracelet guaranteeing us an audition.
Right.
Wow.
20-something thousand people there at the time. It was mad hysteria. It was like Hulkamania. It was just crazy.
Right.
And, dude, right when I got there, they just had, like, the cameras on me. Just between,
Right.
They were just like, who the F is this guy?
Right.
What is happening here? And I came, remember, I was in Rent. I had, like, my emo-y rocker leather kind of thing. My hair was a little choppy long. I was in a band. So at this point, I was like, I'm going to just focus on the band. Fuck acting.
Right.
But then she's like, let's go do this.
Right.
And then they're like, so wait, you're in a band, but they don't know you're here? And I was like, yeah, they don't know I'm auditioning for this big pop show, but I'm like a rock guy.
Right.
And I had a band from Brooklyn. They just ate the shit up. To be honest, I played it.
Right,
and
sure.
they played me, and we played each other, and it was beautiful music.
Right.
So it made for a great sort of launch. But I knew I was never beating Carrie Underwood.